Actually, I'm a Sherlock person. Christie is my mom's thing. Then Audible's Christie productions started showing up. Poirot cut me hard in ABC Murders. This new one almost didn't work with me at all. Stick around and you will know if it's worth to try. And there's something about Miss Marple almost everybody misses. Agatha Christie, one of the 4 queens of crime, sold 2 billion copies. Best-selling author of all times. Her own theater adaptation, Mousetrap, had more than 30,000 performances on stage for 73 years. Weird thing is, I never tried to read any of her books before. Then BookTube caught me. The best-selling author of all times, hard to resist. As always, I jumped to Audible. Typed the name Agatha Christie to search bar, and since I have a subscription already, clicked to the included in plus. Found the title, ABC Murders, a man with a brilliant mustache on the cover. What can go possibly wrong? So hit play. Then I realized it was an Audible Originals full cast audio drama production. Need to learn reading titles more carefully. The thing is, it was great. I couldn't stop listening and finished it in one sitting. The voice of the Poirot, Peter Dinklage, the Dolby Atmos sound design, and the brilliant original score. It was amazing. Then, when I realized Murder at the Vicarage is about to release, I was the one who causing the hype. First, it's not a Poirot story. It's a Miss Marple story, which I'm even less familiar with. In St. Mary Mead, simply nowhere, Colonel Poirot found dead in Vicarage study. Suspects? His wife, his daughter, a handsome, charming artist, some mysterious lady called Mrs. Lestrange, and some others. It has the well-known and beloved closed circle of the suspect structure, which made genre standard by the Agatha Christie herself. Basically, a person dies in a room and someone in that room has to be the murderer. One weird thing is, although in the original novel it's Colonel Poirot, somehow in the audio production they start calling him as Colonel, then switch to Major, then switch back to Colonel at some point, close to the ending. Weird. More on the audio productions later. First, the bad. Honestly, this small-town community thing doesn't work with me. Couple of seniors of the village, a priest, some local law enforcement, gossip, small-town mentality, and extremely eccentric local customs. Just not my cup of tea. Also, most of the story delivered by a conversation going on between the vicar and the Miss Marple. We learn most of the events from Vicar's memories, which I found it difficult to connect with the characters and the story itself. Vocabulary is advanced. Makes sense though. It's a British village in 1920s and most of the characters were born in 1800s. As bad as British as English gets. The mystery itself is great, as expected. It's not just a murder. Smaller mysteries run underneath, all through the village. It's what kept me hooked. Take the young and charming artist. All village ladies talking about him. And there's a secret romance going on, which I will not spoil, of course. And there's the colonel's daughter, center of the attention, a young, charming lady. And that artist wants to paint her in her bathing suit. Juicy. So you have all the drama you can ask for. Yes, I said I didn't like this village, but who doesn't like a good juicy drama? But I kept listening. Here is why. The good. The Audible Productions is impeccable as always. The voices, the original score, Dolby Atmos sound design, all top-notch. Vicky Pepperdine adapted it, and Toni Collette gave her voice to Miss Marple. Both have done a remarkable job. Production like this puts you inside that world. What they drink, what they listen to, what they smell. It's specifically true of the Dolby Atmos sound design. You really feel yourself in the room with the characters. One warning though, it's so immersive. Even with the open back headphones, I wouldn't recommend to listen it while you're walking. Did any of that alone make me finish it, or was it actually any good? The unexpected. Miss Marple is a bright senior lady of the village. Student of human nature, curious and observant. In that era, in that community, women were overlooked, underestimated, restricted, never treated as equal to men. Sad to say that it's still the case. Christie beat the odds in a man's world. Miss Marple does that too in the story. The entire village, all men, local law enforcement, even the old cats, as Miss Marple calls them, consider Miss Marple as eccentric, imaginative, unstable elderly person. Miss Marple has a cultured and calm voice, and she keeps that calmness all the time. Except one moment she breaks it when she finally finds a way which leads her to the solution. When she decides to stand up and suggest a solution, the chief constable makes some harsh comments about her age and she being a lady. However, both Chief Constable and Miss Marple were at their 60s. Unlike the Chief Constable, Miss Marple was in her prime. When she humbles the Chief Constable, the voice, the calmness, the wisdom in it was a perfect performance by Toni Collette. The Vicar's voice and performance is equally great. An earnest man content of his little community, his wife, his village. He commits himself to his services. The other voices are also fine, more generic, but these two are genuinely unique. Miss Marple is a statement by Agatha Christie herself. Her language, her education, her sharp mind, all of it. She is the statement against the society built around so-called male superiority, also known as sexism. That statement runs through the whole story, but subtle. In that one scene, it hit me hard, and I became a fan of Miss Jane Marple. And here is the thing. I didn't expect any of that to hit me the way it did. Turns out there's a reason. Agatha Christie wrote 33 plays. The Mousetrap, her biggest hit of all, started as a 20-minute radio play. She was writing for a year before Audible ever existed. Alright, is it worth trying them? Toni Collette carries the Marple. Kit Harington plays the Vicar, and Vicky Pepperdine adapted it. Christie's writing gives adapter a lot to work with. This one uses it great. Here is the practical part. Audible includes most of the Christie production in its Plus catalog, unlike the unabridged editions. This one is no different. No credits spent. You just press play. So how does it compare with the other Audible Christie productions? The production company is same. Of course, the cast and director is different. I think both great. I like the score of the ABC Murders better, but it's a personal thing. It's a matter of taste. If anything, Vicarage took the harder job. Poirot already had me. Mystery, Hercule Poirot, been always hearing from my mom. Miss Marple had to win me from a place that I didn't like at all. And she did. I think I'll need more Agatha Christie novels and listen more audio adaptations in the future. 2 billion copies. Queen of the crime. Deep sociological criticism. What else I could want? If you find it helpful, like button is right there. And let me know what do you think. Do you have any favorite Agatha Christie novel? And what is it? Share with me down below. And watch this video next to learn how I managed to build a reading habit as a rookie bookworm. Keep listening.